Today we've got a very important issue before us. It's really all about these three words: make Florida count. We want to make Florida count. First, we want to emphasize the importance of the 2020 census. As you can see here, it impacts the fiscal, fiduciary well-being of the state of Florida and all of its citizens and taxpayers each and every year, each month, each day, and every single week. Florida Tax Watch has been watching this issue and been very actively engaged in it since the 1980s. In fact, beginning in late 1980s, when Senator Connie Mack got elected the first time, he worked very actively with then Senator Bob Graham, taking Tax Watch's recommendation to make sure we had updated estimates of Florida's population built into the distribution of federal funds, because Florida consistently gets shortchanged on federal funds to the state of Florida because we use old, outdated census data. So money is being sent to states where Americans no longer live. It's wrong, it's unfair. This is the time to make that right, okay? And the census is critically important. It's required under the founding documents of our nation's founders. It's in our Constitution, and it's to count every person in Florida, okay? And we want to make sure we do that. And the reason that, even though Tax Watch has been on this issue for a long time, I'm going to talk about something that I find is a very pragmatic, simple, but powerful example of how collaboration between our city and county, and I think increasingly working with local community groups, will make Florida count. So, Florida is the third largest state in the nation. It's one of the, I think, the fourth fastest growing states in the nation. Again, the third largest, the fourth fastest growing. So you combine large with fourth fastest, and you have the probability, if you don't do a really, really outstanding job, of having an undercount. The last time congressional testimony was taken on this issue regarding Florida, PricewaterhouseCoopers said that Florida had the fourth largest undercount of about, that impacted a couple 100,000 people, conservatively estimated, that cost Florida grants and aid of at least $225 million a year. The undercount cost Florida $225 million per year. Over 10 years, it's more than $2.5 billion. In decennial census, it'd be over $2.5 billion that is rightful money that Florida should have received, but went to other states where Americans no longer lived. Okay? This also impacts the degree to which Florida can be more prominently represented in the Congress of the United States, because the census is the primary basis upon which we apportion the House of Representatives. So that could have also cost us possibly one seat, and we want to make sure that doesn't happen. The other thing to keep in mind is that no matter how well we do, no matter how accurately and completely we count, if we were to count every single person in Florida on or before April 1st, 2020, because Florida is a fast-growing state and a large state, within 3 years, well, within 1 year, but certainly by 3 to 5 years, we will not fully represent. The census will not at all represent. So each year away from 2020 to 2028, 2029, we get further and further away. The Congress continues to send money elsewhere where it's not, where Americans no longer live. So it's really important. So what I really love, and the reason why we're brought here today is because I saw a great example of collaboration between our city and our county. Very pragmatic, not a lot of fanfare, but I thought not only is it important to recognize here and to recognize that and encourage that collaboration, I thought it was also critically important that we do this statewide. That in every county, all 67 counties, and the nearly 500 cities and towns across Florida, that we do our darndest, our best, to make sure every Floridian counts. We count every Floridian that Florida counts. They did a great job of putting $10,000 apiece, but I sincerely hope, and as we move forward, that we can compound that, get community groups, the urban leagues in this community and other communities, church groups, business groups, neighborhood associations. Get the community actively involved. That's really where it's going to happen, not just by the city and county alone or by government, but government being like the tip of the spear to lead to make sure we make Florida count. So without further ado, I want to recognize Commissioner Rick Miner from District 3 of our Leon County Commission. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Dominic. Good morning. My name is Rick Miner. I'm the Leon County District 3 Commissioner, and it's my pleasure to join you this morning on behalf of my fellow county commissioners. Today, we're here to discuss a very important topic, the 2020 U.S. Census. First, I want to thank Dominic and Florida Tax Watch for organizing this event and taking every opportunity to highlight how important the upcoming census is. Also, thank you to the City of Tallahassee, Mayor Dailey, and the City Commissioners for again joining us at the county to make sure we reach every citizen. At the county, we know firsthand how difficult it can be to make tough decisions based on the amount of funding versus the amount of need. At the county, we also know firsthand the difficulty of budgeting decisions that must be made because the needs in our community often exceed our limited resources. And that's why the 2020 U.S. Census is so important and why everyone should be counted. The results of the census will influence funding, grant distribution, political representation, and future planning for our community. In the 2000 and 2010 census, Leon County, in partnership with the City of Tallahassee, has taken a lead role in forming the Complete County Committee to play a key role in educating and motivating the residents to participate in the U.S. Census. In fact, I was part of the 2010 Complete Count Committee, so I've seen firsthand how important this committee is in working with the community to help the underserved, undercounted populations. Now, we're up for the same challenge in 2020, to reach those populations with historically low participation rates. And with the new option to complete the census online, we are confident that we can reach more residents than ever before. Therefore, we are here today to encourage our community to come together as ambassadors to spread the word and help us reach those that are hard to reach. The county and the city will be conducting a robust public information campaign to ensure everyone understands the importance of the census, and we all have a role to encourage friends and family to be counted. We also want to make sure that the count is fair and accurate. And we can't do that alone. We need everyday advocates to join us. For example, like the neighborhood grandmother who keeps an eye on all the kids in the neighborhood, our student leader who has a positive impact on campus, or the dedicated servant who is always seen making a difference with their faith-based group, and the mom and pop store that has been a staple in the community for years. We need everyone. The phrase for the 2020 Census platform is shape your future, start here. And I really like Dominic's Make Florida Count. We need everyone in Leon County to start here and make yourself count. So thank you very much. I would like to hand it over to our illustrious Mayor of Tallahassee, Mayor John Dailey.
Rick, thank you. I appreciate it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Dailey. I am the proud mayor of the City of Tallahassee. First, let me say, Dominic, thank you for all that you do. You are truly a leader in our community and in the state of Florida. The good men and women here at Tax Watch, y'all do great work, and I appreciate it. Rick, I could not be more honored to stand on the stage with you. We have been friends for a long time. You are such a leader in this community. You're doing an incredible job on the county commission. And this is what it's all about. The relationship between the city and the county has never been stronger, and we are leading the way in the state of Florida. Keep up the great work, and it's my honor to join you today. I also want to take a second to recognize a couple of members of the City of Tallahassee family that are here as well. Cassandra Jackson, city attorney, has joined me, and Miss Allison Ferris, who's the public information officer who I had the distinct honor and privilege to serve in the Raw Middle School band with way back growing up here in Tallahassee, and I love working with each and every one of you on a daily basis. This is an incredibly important issue to every community across the state of Florida. I would also be remiss as a member of the Board of Directors for the Florida League of Cities, which I know that you do a lot of great work with as well. They are also working with communities, along with the Florida Association of Counties, to spread this great message that you are taking the leadership role on. But my colleagues at the City Commission are extremely proud to join our friends and colleagues at the County Commission with this initiative here in our own community. It is very important. If you think about the impact that the 2020 census will have on the city of Tallahassee and Leon County, it impacts all aspects of our government, whether it's from receiving and qualifying for state and federal assistance, congressional representation, state representation, the planning of our community and where our population centers are. It's important that we have a very robust and accurate count, as Commissioner Minor said. And by the way, on a personal note, you are personally a leader on this issue. You were involved in the 2010 count. You do have the experience, and we appreciate you stepping up to the plate on behalf of the county. And I will give the county credit. They are helping us take the lead on this issue, and together we are going to have a very robust system. We are engaged each and every day, both the city and the county, with a very strong social media presence. We believe that our communication with the citizens here is second to none. We will be pushing through a very strong multimedia campaign in all different assets to be able to reach every single citizen in the city of Tallahassee, in Leon County, to make sure that we do have an accurate count. Now, one of the exciting things about this particular count is that you can actually fill out your form online, and we will be pushing that hard, along with the traditional methods as well, to make sure that everybody is counted. It is my pleasure and honor to represent the City of Tallahassee in this initiative and to work with the county on the 2020 Complete Count Committee, and we are going to make a difference, and we are going to have the accurate count. It matters in Tallahassee. We are the capital city. We are the capital county. We are the 8th largest city in the state of Florida, and we are going to make a difference and have an accurate count.